Okay, so if you struggle with attention and distractions, then this is the video for you. If you're caught in that trap of, you're consuming a lot of content and you are struggling to do most of the tasks in your day because you're picking up your phone quite a lot, scrolling social media, things like that, then hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll have some things to apply. So there's some key things that I do in my day to manage this because I actually am a constant struggler of distractions. My attention span is not fantastic. And given the roles that I have to fulfill now in my career as head of education at M10, and then also providing an excellent service to my online coaching base through Jack Hick Virtual Coaching, and to keep that I was going to say finger on the ground, finger on the pulse or foot on the ground, I need to be seeing what they're seeing. So it is highly distracting a lot of the time. So here's a couple of key things that you can do that hopefully will help. One is that I always keep my phone on airplane mode. There is no notifications that go through any of my social media channels. All right, that should almost be a non-negotiable. I don't understand why people have that, but do not have social media notifications activated on your phone. I also probably wouldn't have any notifications activated on your phone apart from your in case of emergency contacts. So it's only my wife and my mum that can get through my do not disturb. Everyone else, my clients, no one else, my friends can get through that. So I have to physically open up my phone and open up my WhatsApp to see those chats. This was something that was highlighted to me as I was reading a lot more into attention spans. I think I read it in Stolen Focus by Johan Hari, which is an excellent book. I would highly recommend it if this is something that you struggle with. And he talks about this idea that for every distraction that we perceive, so let's say as I'm recording this now, or as I'm writing a program, I get a flash up on my phone of a notification and I look down and read the notification and then I get back to work. That flow, that attention span flow state can take on average about 20 minutes to re-engage with. All right. So the attention that I was giving to that program for 10 to 15 minutes was broken, and it would take me about 20 minutes to get back into the thought process that I originally had. I hate the idea of knowing that something can steal my attention so fast and affect it for so long. All right. And that's not something that we should so happily sacrifice. All right. So that's the first thing that I would advise. Phone on do not disturb. If you actually live with your family and they're around, you can do one better and actually remove your phone from the environment entirely. All right. Most of the content that I produce now is in my office space. So this is where I have most of my tech. But I have my WhatsApp on my computer, so I can open it as a desktop app. And there is, mobile phone companies, Apple, etc. They create products that are physically highly aesthetic, that we enjoy touching, feeling, and using. All right. Computers are a lot less user friendly. Like, it's not that fun to scroll with a mouse and type on a keyboard, etc. So to have these applications where possible on your desktop, you're a lot less likely to spend excessive time on them. All right, they're a little bit more clunky. So by using them on desktop, you limit basically, it's like a minimum effective dose. You limit the usage simply because it's not as nice to use. Okay, so that's second piece of advice I would say. So first, phone on do not disturb basically all the time. Second is remove your phone where possible and have as many of those applications on your desktop as possible. So use Instagram on your computer. Part three is actually slightly different. We know that the more you restrict something, especially let's say in a diet, the more you restrict something, you have things like FOMO, fear of missing out, you have hedonic hunger. So you have this feeling of deprivation that makes you crave it more. So I do believe that if you try and remove social media as much as possible, you will end up fighting a losing battle. Okay, so the key concept would be to book in time slots where you actually do some scrolling. All right, book in time slots and consider it as like a focus group research, consider it as like downtime if you want to. Just program it in, and it might be a 15-minute slot in the middle of the day, it might be a 15-minute slot at the end of the day, but have it programmed in so that you don't have that itch, because you can look at your phone and you can go, it's fine. In about an hour, I've got time aside to do that. All right. So it's slightly different, and it's not something you'll hear a lot of people advise, but we're using our basic knowledge now of human behavior and psychology to know that the more you restrict something, the higher the likelihood is that you'll abuse it. Okay. So that would be advice point number 3: book in some time to actually use that device and try and make it as far away from the times that you want to be productive as possible. An honorable mention would be that if you can, where possible, record your content on a camera, not on your phone. And the reason that I would say is because although the phone is highly compatible with, transferring that media and editing it and etc., you can actually, let's say CapCut, you can get CapCut on your desktop. I can turn my camera portrait and I can record on my camera, but I can't scroll on Instagram on my camera. So my production of content goes up. All right. So that's another very easy way that you could perhaps produce content without losing hours and hours and hours of your life. I'm not going to go over much more because I do feel like attention is something that is highly individual. And if you are a client, I will speak to you this on a personal level. And if you're another coach that is watching this video for value, then you feel free to message me and tell me your specific problem when it comes to attention, and we can work something out and we can figure out a way to help you out. Okay, but hopefully that's useful. Remember those 3 key concepts. They are something that I live and breathe. It's something that I truly believe in. So key concept number 1, phone on do not disturb 100% of the time. 100% of the time. Key concept number 2 is to leave your phone outside the room where possible and move all your applications onto your desktop computer. And key concept number 3 is to actually book in that time where you're going to use social media and consume social media, and try and limit those windows where possible. Keep them away from times that you want to be productive. Okay, guys, I hope you found some value in this video, and I will see you in the next one.